I am Andrea Tanyega and I am with Ms. Kathleen Gamboa to report about the global e-business and collaboration. So, for the learning objectives on this topic, so after discussing this chapter, we must be able to answer the following questions. So, first is what are business processes? How are they related to information systems? Second is how do systems serve different management groups in a business? And then third, how do systems that link the enterprise improve organizational performance? Fourth is what are the systems for collaboration in social business so important? And lastly, what functions in a firm handles information system? So first, let's discuss the business process and information system. So business process refers to the manner in which work is organized, coordinated, and focused to produce a valuable products and service. So meaning it is a collection of activities required to produce products or services. It also referred to the unique ways in which organizations coordinate work, information, and knowledge, and the ways in which management chooses to coordinate. In this, the large extent of business firm performance depends on how well its business processes are designed and coordinated. So, a company's business processes can be a source of competitive strength. If they enable the company to innovate or to execute better than its rivals, and then business processes can also be liabilities if they are based on outdated ways of working that can impede to the organizational responsiveness and efficiency. So, kailangan natin ma-make sure na ang processes is always up to date and well communicated with the people within the firm. So, next, we will describe some typical business processes for each functional areas of the business processes. So, kung makikita natin dito, meron tayong apat. So, first is the manufacturing and production. Siyempre, yung business process nila, mag-a-assemble ng product, mag-check ng quality ng mga products, and then for sales and marketing, siyempre, magbebenta ng product, tapos i-make sure nila na aware yung mga customers nila sa product na binibenta nila. Then next is finance and accounting. So, managing ng cash accounts, creating financial statements, and then lastly yung human resources. So, syempre mag-evaluate ng mga job performance, pag-hire ng mga tao. So, next po is business process and information system. So, ang sample natin dito is order fulfillment process, which it involves a complete set of steps that requires the close coordination of the sales, accounting, and manufacturing functions. So, as you can see, the process started with an order that was generated. So, explain lang natin ng medyo maikse. So, nag-start siya nung nag-generate ng order. So, sample na lang natin dito yung mga seller sa Shopee. So, for example, nag-order si customer and then so papasok yun kay seller and then masasubmit yung order sa kanila. So, after nun, i-check nila yung credit. For example, cash on delivery siya. Kailangan pa nilang i-check yung credit at i-approve yung credit. Pag na-approve yung credit, saka pa lang yun papasok ng sa customer na for payment na siya. So, after din ma-approve, din magsa-start na mag-assemble and then mag-pack si seller and then for shipping na yung product. So, next po. Next is how information system improves business processes. So, information technology automates many steps in business processes that were formerly performed manually. So, for example, sa mga food outlets ngayon, dati kasi manually yung taking of orders or nagtatali lang sila sa mga papel. Ngayon kasi meron ng mga cash register, meron na ding mga point of sale system. So, this is a new technology that can actually change the flow of business making. It's possible for many more people to access and then share information, replacing sequential step with tasks that can be performed simultaneously and eliminating yung mga delays sa decision making. So it is also important to pay close attention to business processes so you can achieve a very clear understanding of how a business actually works. So there are different types of information systems. So first is the transaction processing systems. So ito daw is a computerized system that performs and records the daily routine transaction necessary to conduct business. So examples ng mga ito are sales order, hotel reservations, payroll, employee record keeping, and shipping. So yung principal purpose ng system na to is to answer routine question and to track the flow of transaction through the organization. So for example is tatanungin ka gaano na ba karami yung inventory? Sapat na ba yung power stock natin? So this kind of question must be easily available, current and accurate, and that is the use of TPS. So makita natin dito sa gilid, may example ng TPS. That is a payroll processing. So payroll system keeps track of money paid to employees, an employee timesheet with the employee's name, social security number, and number of hours worked per week. It also represents a single transaction for the system. Once this transaction is input into the system, it updates the system's master release of file that permanently maintains employee information for the organization. So the data in the system are combined in different ways para maka-create tayo ng reports of interest na nire-request ng management and government agency. And syempre makapag-send ng paycheck sa mga employees. So aside from the payroll system, they're also accounting because TPS supplies data to the company's general ledger system, which is responsible sa pag-maintain ng records ng firm's income and expenses, and for producing reports such as income statement and balance sheet. So it also supplies employee statement, history data for insurance, pension, and other benefits calculation to the firm's human resources function and employee payment data to government agency. So yung TPS daw are often substantial to a business. Kasi yung failure ng TPS for a few hours can lead to firm's device and perhaps that of firms linked to it. So that is why TPS is also important to be maintained. So next slide po. Second na type is the business intelligence. So system for business intelligence is defined as a contemporary term for data and software tools for organizing, analyzing, and providing access to data to help managers make more informed decisions. So this addresses the decision-making needs of all levels of management. So there are three types of business intelligence. So first is management information system. It designates a specific category of information system serving middle management. So MIS provide middle managers with reports on organization's current performance. This information is used to monitor and control the business and predicts future performances. So next type of business intelligence is decision support systems. It is an organization management level that combine data and sophisticated analytical model or data analysis tools to support semi-culture structured and unstructured decision making. So let's try to answer questions as what will be the impact on production schedule if we were to double sales in month of December? What will happen to our return on investment if the factory schedule will delayed for 6 months? Although yung decision support system is gumagamit ng internal information. So they often bring in information from external sources prices or product prices of competitors. So the system is also employed by user managers in business and analysts who want to use sophisticated and analytics and models to analyze the data. So the last type is the executive support system, which is an information system at the organization's strategic level designed to adjust unstructured decision making through advanced graphics and communication. So yung top management make this decision. So yung executive support system daw are designed to incorporate data about external events such as yung mga bagong tax laws or yung mga competitors. So what they also draw is summaries of information from internal MIS and DSS. They filter, compress, and track critical data displaying the data of great tests. So it is important to senior managers for this business intelligence analytics for analyzing yung mga trends, yung forecasting, and drilling down ng mga data at critical level of details. So after describing all the types of systems, we are here to learn about the systems for linking the enterprise. So let's identify or differentiate enterprise applications. So this is an assistant that's been functional areas focused in executing business processes across the firm and include all levels of management. So there are four major enterprise applications na nag-integrate sa related set of functions and business processes to enhance performance of the organization as a whole. So first is the enterprise resource planning system. So it integrates enterprise-wide information system that coordinate yung internal processes ng firm or ng organization. So next is the customer relationship management. Ito yung widely used ngayon sa mga organization. So it is an information system that tracks all the ways in a company to interact with the customers and analyze this interaction to optimize revenue profitability, customer satisfaction, and customer retention. This information helps firm to identify and retain the most profitable customers, which provide better service to the existing customers and mas maka-increase pa ng sales. So next is supply chain management system. So ito daw yung information system that automate the flow of information between a firm and yung supplier nila in order to optimize the planning, sourcing, manufacturing, and delivery of products and services. So yung ultimate objective ng supply chain management is to get the right amount of their products from their service to the point of consumption. So in the least amount of time and the lowest cost this system in case firm profitability by lowering the cost of moving and then making products. So kasama din dito yung pag-enable ng managers to make better decisions about how to organize and schedule sourcing, production, and distribution. So this system is one of the inter-organizational system because they automate the flow of information across organizational boundaries. So last from the four major enterprise application is the knowledge management system. So this is a system that supports the creation, capture, storage, and dissemination of firm expertise and knowledge. So this system collects relevant knowledge and experience in the firm and make it available whenever and wherever it is needed to improve business processes and management decision. So next book. Uh, so the next part will be discussed by Miss Kathleen Gamboa.
To continue the report, I will be discussing systems for collaboration and social businesses. So first, let's define collaboration. So collaboration is working with others to achieve shared and explicit goals. Collaboration focuses on tasks or mission accomplishment and usually takes place in a business. So collaboration in the workplace is a work style that helps employees work together to achieve a common goal in ways that benefit the company and its employees. Teamwork is just one of the skills required for collaboration and necessary to accomplish tasks as a group. It also includes several soft skills that can be developed over time and with experience. A few examples include being able to articulate your thoughts and feelings clearly, listening attentively, owning up to your errors, and appreciating the unique perspectives of your coworkers. Another example of collaboration is when you work with a Tokyo-based colleague who is an expert in a field you are unfamiliar with. And also, you work closely with numerous coworkers to write a corporate log. Next. Next is we have social business. So what is social business? This is the use of social networking sites such as Facebook, Twitter, and internal corporate social tools that improve collaboration by involving their employees, clients, and suppliers. So these tools allow workers to make profiles, join groups, and follow each other's status updates. And social business tries to strengthen connections with groups both inside and outside the organization in order to accelerate and enhance information sharing, creativity, and decision making. So the keyword for social business is conversation. So these conversations will strengthen the bonds between consumers, suppliers, and employees in increasing the emotional involvement in the firm. So employees will be able to work more productively and find solutions to more company difficulties if they can use social connections both inside and outside of the organization to acquire new knowledge and ideas. Next, so what are the benefits of collaboration and social business? So research found that a focus on collaboration is essential to how digitally advanced companies create business value and establish competitive advantage, and investing in collaboration technology produce organizational improvements that return more than 4 times the amount of the investment, with the greatest benefits for sales, marketing, and research and development functions. So here are the business benefits of collaboration and social business. First is we have the productivity. So the rationale about that is that people interacting and working together can capture expert knowledge and solve problems more rapidly than the same number of people working in isolation from one another. So there will be fewer errors. Second is we have the equality. So people working collaboratively can communicate errors and corrective action faster than if they were in isolation. So collaborative and social technologies help reduce time delays in design and production. Next is we have the innovation. So innovation is one of the benefits that people working collaboratively can come up with more innovative ideas or products or services and administration that the same number working in isolation from one another. Fourth is we have the customer service. The benefit of this one, or customer service, is a benefit on people working together using collaboration and social tool, can solve customer complaints and issues faster, and more effectively if they are working in isolation, or than if they working in isolation from one another. And lastly, we have the financial performance. So this includes profitability, sales, and sales growth. So as a result of all the above, collaborative firms have superior sales growth, and financial performance. So now we know the benefits. Let us now identify the tools and technologies for collaboration and social business. Number one is we have the email and instant messaging. So there are softwares operate on computers, mobile phones, tablets, and other wireless devices, and includes features for sharing file as well as transmitting messages. Many instant messaging systems allow users to engage in real-time conversation and with multiple participants simultaneously. And email and instant messaging had been a major communication and collaboration tools for interaction. Second is we have wikis. So it is a type of website that makes it easy for users to contribute and edit text content and graphics without any knowledge of web page development or programming technique. So wikis is also a useful tool for storing and sharing corporate knowledge and insights. Third is we have the virtual worlds. So it is an online 3D environment populated by residents who have built a graphical representation of themselves known as avatars. So here are examples of collaboration and social business platforms. So number one, we have virtual meeting system. So this allows individuals at two or more locations to communicate simultaneously through two-way video and audio transmissions. So these are the usual video conferencing or virtual meeting systems like Zoom, Google Meet, and MS Teams. Second is we have the cloud collaboration services. So it is a storage and synchronization service for cloud storage, file sharing, and collaborative editing. So an example of this is Google Drive. Third is we have the Microsoft SharePoint and IBM Notes. So these host websites that organize and store information in one central workspace. To enable teams to coordinate with activities, collaborate on and publish documents, maintain task lists, and implement workflows, and also share information via wikis and blogs. Next is we have the enterprise social networking tools. So it creates business value by connecting the members of an organization through profiles, updates, and notifications similar to Facebook features but tailored to internal corporate uses. So now, let's identify the function of information system in a business. So information systems department, and so this department is an organizational unit responsible for information technology. They are responsible for maintaining the hardware, software, data storage, and networks that comprise the firm's IT infrastructure. So in the information system department, there are, next slide please. There are specialists, which consist of programmers, system analysts, and information system managers. So for programmers, these are highly trained technical specialists who write the software instructions for computers. System and analysts are specialists who translate business problems and requirements into information requirements and systems, acting as liaison between the information systems department and the rest of the organization. Then the third one are the information system managers. So these are the leaders of the various specialists in the information systems department. So next we have some of the positions in the information system department. First is the CIO, or the Chief Information Officer, which is the senior manager in charge of the information system function in the firm. Second is the CSO, or Chief Security Officer, which heads a formal security functions for the organization and is responsible for enforcing the firm's security policy. Third is the CPO, or the Chief Privacy Officer. He or she is responsible for ensuring the company, or that the company complies with existing data privacy laws. Fourth is the CKO, or Chief Knowledge Officer. So this is the senior executive in charge of the organization's knowledge management program. Fifth is the CDO, or Chief Data Officer, which is responsible for enterprise-wide governance and utilization of information to maximize the value that the organization can realize from its data. And lastly, we have the end users. So these are the representatives of departments outside the information systems group for whom applications are developed. So here are the roles in the information systems department. And this ends our report about international electronic business and collaborations. Thank you for listening.